Welcome to an episode of Founder in the Chair. Today my guest is a powerhouse in the world of women's health and metabolic healing. She's the founder of Hijabi Health, a platform that empowers women, especially those struggling with PCOS, insulin resistance, type 2 diabetes, and perimenopause, to take back control of their health naturally. So after her own battle with weight gain, hormonal imbalances, and a long list of medications, she reversed her conditions through lifestyle changes, nutrition, and deep-rooted faith. Now she helps thousands of women to do the same across the globe, particularly within the Muslim communities, who often face unique health and cultural challenges. So I'm super excited to welcome this lady who is going to be helping the world. Please welcome the amazing Tanzila Shaker.
Thank you.
How are you today?
I'm good today. Thank you so much for having me. I'm very excited to be here.
I'm so excited to hear how you're going to help. I mean, you reversed
Yes,
the conditions.
I have reversed a lot of metabolic conditions and it actually happened quite by chance, to be honest. And I was struggling with my weight, with my hormones. I've had PCOS all my adult life for 25 years actually.
Wow.
And the first 15 years I did not even know I had it, because back then, I'm talking about 90s and early 2000s, it was not very well known. And it's only when I got married and we decided to have children and I could not conceive the natural way, the doctors told me I had something called PCOS. And that led to a lot of heartache, miscarriages. I've had 3 failed IVFs. That just shatters you. Of course, coming from a South Asian community, it's not just about your loss. It's about, the people around you, what they say, how they make you feel. And like I was struggling myself with, if you're trying to conceive and it's not happening, and being a mother somehow, it's ingrained in us is how you completely become a woman. And if you fail, you don't feel feminine enough. So it's more of a mental challenge, actually. The mental aspect is really, really difficult. So I have been through all of that. And finally, I had my child, a girl child, alhamdulillah, after 10 years. And quite miraculously, she was conceived naturally.
Oh, wow.
Yes. We did do a pilgrimage. We call it the Umrah in our faith. And I conceived her naturally after 3 months.
Okay.
Even with PCOS. So I want to let women know that with PCOS, you can still have a baby naturally.
Okay.
It's possible. So do not ever give up hope, both in yourself and if you're a believer in God as well. So it will happen. And it's happening. Women are being told that PCOS is a lifelong condition, and it means that you're not going to have a baby. And it can even affect, marriage alliances and stuff in our communities. But I'm here to tell you that that is not the case. It's a hormonal imbalance. It's a metabolic disorder. With the right intervention and the right tools, you can get over it. You can be a mother to as many as you want, inshallah.
I love that. So that's what you did.
Yes.
So your transformation, truly inspiring. So can you take us back to the moment when you realized something had to change in your health and how that personal journey then shaped the mission behind Hijabi Health?
Yes. This is the most exciting part.
Yes, take us back.
Because I gave birth to my daughter and then 2 years later, COVID happened.
Right.
As soon as I had my daughter, I was still working full time. I was doing my corporate career. And then I decided I've had her after 10 years. And what am I doing? Like, I'm working overtime. Hired a nanny to take care of her. So this is not the way I wanted to be a mother. So I decided I'm just going to quit my job. And I just decided to stay at home with her. And that meant somehow I just let go of myself. My life was just all about her. It just revolved around her. My friends were asking me, you're not taking care of yourself. What is happening to you? This is not you.
Yeah.
And then I saw my size balloon up. And then COVID happened and not much activity or, just stress eating and lots of things going on in my personal life as well. So I went from a size of 14, 16 to a size 20 plus. And then I started shopping for plus size clothes. That really hit me hard. I was like, this is not me. And I was not feeling in control of my life. I did not have the energy to look after my daughter. I wanted to do so many things with her, but I just couldn't because I did not feel comfortable in my own shoes. I did not feel like I'm as healthy as I could be for her. And for me, this is very important because I lost my mother to a 10-year plus of terminal illness, which started with diabetes.
Right.
And that really affected me because she was in India, I was in the UK. I had to travel back and forth to take care of her. I have been to so many hospitals. It just started with diabetes, and then she went on to develop so many other conditions. And finally, she had stage 4 cirrhosis of the liver. And then towards the end, the last 2 years, she needed a blood transfusion. It started with monthly, and then towards the end, it was every week.
Wow.
That was like the breaking point. That was the biggest struggle that I have been through. And so I could see how important health is.
Yeah.
And how it can affect not just you, your immediate family members. So that really brought my world upside down. And earlier on in my life, when I was 16, I lost my dad to a liver complication. Myelodysplastic syndrome. It started with diabetes. In those days, this was early 90s. This was in India. There was nothing, we were not diagnosed with anything called pre-diabetes or anything like that. So it just came on suddenly. And within a space of 6 months, we just lost him. I was 16 and it had a lot of financial implications for us because he was the main breadwinner. But luckily, my mom, she stepped up. She was educated. She was smart. So she brought us up. But it meant that we had a different lifestyle, and the choice of university, what I get to do, everything was impacted because I did not want to be a burden to my mom. I wanted to do it took me time to get where I was. So I know that if you're not healthy, it's not just about you not feeling good. It's about your immediate and loved family members being impacted as well, financially, emotionally, in every possible way. So that is why for me, health is very important. And when I had my daughter and my weight ballooned up, and then my GP said, you have to lose the weight because you're pre-diabetic. And that really set the panic alarm in me because that word diabetes, because I had her after such a long time, it's really important that I want to be there as long as she needs me. I don't want to die
be healthy
prematurely.
through
Yes,
that. Yeah.
exactly. And I'm not even enjoying this experience. So what am I doing to myself? So I, like everybody else, I tried to lose the weight because it was COVID as well. I tried a lot of things online, bought a lot of supplements, went on a lot of diets. I tried intermittent fasting as well by going on the smoothie diets, juice diets, but it all left me hungry. It all left me, I got headaches. I could not be consistent. I would do it for a week and then I just can't prolong. And then I finally came across this person, my mentor now in my business. He said, you just have to combine these two products. You just incorporate these two products into your diet every single day and then watch what happens. And I had tried everything, to be honest. I thought, just one more, let me try.
Yeah, why not?
Why not? Exactly. I have nothing to lose. And I gave it a try. And immediately, within the first week, I felt like a whole new person.
In the first week?
The first week, in terms of my energy.
Right.
Which is where I was struggling the most because she was little and, I had to run around with her. I wanted to do a lot of things with her, but I would say no to things just because I'm tired all the time. And this tiredness is fatigue arising from PCOS and insulin resistance.
Right.
I did not know any of these terms then.
Right.
I did not understand the science. All I did was after I had the transformation, after I lost all the weight, I went down from a size 20 to a size 10 or 12, depending on which shop I'm shopping from. Yeah. Okay. Within a space of 5 months.
5 months?
Yes. And without dieting. That's the best part. I have not eliminated anything from my diet. And that is not the way you're supposed to address nutrition as well, because our body needs a whole host of vitamins, minerals, from different food groups. So, for example, if you're thinking carnivore, like I had a client last week, she said she's done carnivore for a year. She's had fantastic results, but she just can't continue. And the moment she stopped it, the weight all came back.
Right.
Because she loves, just like having variety of food. It's not sustainable for whatever you do. It has to be sustainable. You have to be able to do it throughout your life. And she couldn't continue because she missed it, and she was cooking for her family. So she was like, I've seen you on TikTok. You had such an amazing transformation. What is it that you did? So we decided to meet up, and I explained it to her, and she's on it. I think it's been a week now into it, and she's feeling amazing. She's eating whatever she wants because incorporating these two tools into your daily diet means that you are giving your body the vitamins and minerals it needs, and eating it is giving you food freedom because you're reducing the insulin spikes and glucose spikes that happens in your body every single day when you do your normal food diet plan.
So what does it do?
Excellent question. So as part of this protocol, we encourage you to do intermittent fasting on a daily basis.
Okay.
Because the science behind this whole thing is the root cause of all your disorders like your diabetes, your weight gain, your belly fat, your PCOS, your perimenopausal symptoms, your menopause, everything is down to insulin resistance. So what is insulin resistance is, we've been told that once you wake up, you have to have your breakfast. And that's the most important meal of the day. It fuels you for the rest of the day. Yes, it's true, but it depends on what you're having for your breakfast. But not all of us have the discipline to have a savory breakfast or something which does not spike your insulin and glucose. If it's coffee, you add sugar. I'm talking about the majority of people, not the general public, not those clean eating, not those gurus, just for the general population. So you do that. And then after mid-morning, again, you're hungry, you have a mid-morning snack. And then again, lunch is again something heavy with carbs, and then again a mid-afternoon snack, and then dinner. So what you're doing is throughout the day you're eating something, and every time you consume something there is a blood sugar spike happening in your body, and that ultimately impacts your insulin. The insulin also spikes. So when your insulin spike is like that throughout the day, and let's say that is your daily lifestyle, and throughout the month, and then throughout the year like that, that is when you're metabolically getting chronically ill. So we are in the midst of a chronic epidemic of illnesses like type 2 diabetes and PCOS, belly fat, obesity, cardiovascular diseases, brain-related diseases like your Alzheimer's is your type 3 diabetes, for example. So everything is down to because we've been sold a lie. The food industry has fed us this information that you need to be constantly eating to be healthy. No, your body needs a break. Fasting has been practiced for centuries. And we are hunters by, we all used to be hunters.
Yes.
And we only ate only when there was need to eat, only when we felt hungry. Not just because there's a biscuit in there or, and that is how God has created us. That's how your hormones work. That's the way you're designed. Your body is designed to work. Your hormones are built around this concept that you give your body a break, because the reason being your insulin gets spiked. And when there's too much insulin circulating in your body, in your blood, it's like a key to a door. Okay, so imagine that's the simplest analogy I can think of.
Okay.
So when there is too much insulin from constant eating, insulin determines how much energy your body is using. So if there's too much of it, the excess energy gets stored as fat. So it gets stored as fat in the liver, wherever. So that is how you gain the weight, and then everything starts going downhill. So by practicing intermittent fasting, let's say you have your dinner at 7 p.m. the previous night, and then the next day morning, your first meal is around 11 a.m. or 12 a.m. You've given your body a good break. And as part of the protocol that I practice, I have this tea first thing in the morning. It's made from a plant called yerba mate. It's grown in South America. And in the it's known as the drink of the gods because it's so powerful. It's very potent. And it helps you do intermittent fasting without struggling. It negates the hunger. It gives you extra boost of energy that you need first thing in the morning. And the most important concept, it gets your body into a state of ketosis naturally. Ketosis, you don't have to eat keto bars to be ketosis. You just have to fast and let your insulin nice and low for your body to get into ketosis. So this tea is helping me every single day to achieve that. So that is how I kept my insulin nice and low. And over a period of time, your body is like, okay, it's low. And then you start using your own body fat for fuel instead of from the sugar from your breakfast. People think having a chia seed pudding or Greek yogurt with blueberries in the morning or a smoothie, even I used to do that for years, is good for you. Yes, it's good for you, but it depends on at what time of the day you're having it, not the first thing in the morning. You want to keep it nice and low. Now, let's say you have your breakfast and then you don't want to spike your insulin. You have to fast for another good 8 hours, 10 hours for it to go down again. But how practical is that? Because during the day, you're doing so many different things.
Yeah.
So the best way to do intermittent fasting is to eat early. You're sleeping anyway. You don't need food at that time. So let the insulin lie nice and low, and then wake up in the morning, have this tea, get your fast. Like I can fast for 24 hours, 36 hours if I wanted to. Easily now, because
24 to 36.
Easily,
wow.
Easily. People do longer than that, but I don't need to, because I don't really recommend as well, because I'm 46 years old now and we are in this stage called perimenopause, which is a good 10 years before your menopause. And your hormones and everything is like going through a lot of changes. So there is particularly no need to fast that long, especially I recommend that you fast along with according to where you are in the cycle. So if you're on your periods and just before your periods, I do not recommend long fasts.
Right.
Because that is going to make you, it's a stressor for your body. When you're getting your cortisol nice and high, you don't want that. You want to keep it low. So there's no need to. So I just do a 12-hour fast during my period and just before my period. So it's really as simple as that. And whenever I open my fast, I always recommend having fiber first. So I think the diet industry has sold us what you eat is more important than how or why.
Okay.
So I want to change that. And there's a lot of research and science now behind this, where we say that the order in which you eat your food is most important, not what you eat.
Okay.
So that is why, and people find it easier to stick to this because in your mind, you're not on a restrictive diet. So you don't feel like you're being punished or you need to have a cheat day or a cheat meal, because every day is freedom. You can, so I don't know how to explain it. I felt so relaxed and happy because I'm not stressing about what I'm eating. I don't know, like my food shopping to anything like going out with friends or everything was not determined by what I need to eat. It's about and what order of food I eat. And having this supplement, the fiber supplement, has meant that I always have fiber first.
So that's your fiber.
Yeah.
So when you break, so from what time to what time do you fast?
So generally around 7 p.m. up until 11 a.m.
11. Okay, so it's not too bad.
That's all you need to do as well. So you can see I have people who fasted lesser and who fast more. Entirely depends on your body. There's no strict rule here. We just want you to, so we say that do this for 90 days. Okay, because you are, let's say somebody's just come into this when you're 36, for example, and then you're wherever you are, it's taken for you years to get there. Your gut health is at that particular point. And this is not a pill or something synthetic for you to fix. So give it time. This is about gut health. So what you feed is what you get. So you are what you eat, as we know.
Yeah.
So give it time. You give it 90 days because it takes 90 days scientifically for the gut to reset itself. So, and then we say you have a 90-day money back guarantee as well. Try it. If for any strange reason it has not worked for you, you will get your money back. So this is basically a risk-free protocol that you can try. And in 90 days, I've yet to see somebody who's not seen any results.
And how long have you been doing this?
I've been doing it for 2 years and I will never stop because I've stopped snacking. I've stopped eating junk food and I don't feel the need for it. My cravings were so crazy before, the sugar cravings, which most of us struggle with in the modern day environment, food environment, because we're eating the wrong things and we're constantly eating. So when you keep your insulin nice and low, your cravings are gone, guaranteed.
I need to be getting on that. My
Definitely.
Cravings are really bad.
It is completely normal.
Yeah.
Because during a single cycle, menstrual cycle, for example, you will feel closer to your periods, you're craving more, and on your periods, because
Well, I'm menopausal as well.
There
So
you go.
I'm 53 and perimenopause started at 46 for me.
yes,
And yeah, it's not good.
of course, it's not. All of us are going through this. So this is a very easy, quick fix solution for all your problems.
So you have the tea in the morning, which
Yes.
is this one.
Yes.
Okay. And you said this is the
Herba mate plant.
tea of gods, did you
yes,
call
it's
it?
called the tea of the gods.
Okay. And then so you said you open with the fibre.
Yes, the fiber. And then you get to eat whatever you want.
So at 11 o'clock, that's what you have.
Yes, like I'm a desi, so I eat Indian food all the time. So there's no need to be eating salads and avocado. Yes, I do love my salads and avocados and all that. But let's say you have a family and then you're cooking for everybody else, and then you just can't be on a diet on your own. So I just eat whatever I cook for my family. My rotis, my chawls, my curries. But we do say that, let's say you got onto the system newly, then have your fiber first, and then good fats and protein. So fiber first, good fats, and then protein in this order. And then, of course, you can have your dessert in the end, or a fruit, whatever you wish to. In this way, what happens is this fiber supplement will reduce your glucose spike by 43%.
Wow.
So that over a period of time is how you get your results.
And how is it, like 30 minutes before eating? Is there a
No.
time limit?
10 to 15 minutes before.
10 to 15
But
minutes, okay.
especially when you're new, people forget
Yeah.
to take it. It's okay to take it even after. Because,
Oh, really?
Yeah. Obviously, it won't happen by 43%. The spike reduction might be a lot lesser than that. But at least you're taking it in. You're not.
So I went to dinner with my friends.
Yes.
2 of them were actually having this.
See, that is the mission I want. I want this to be in every single household, like your Colgate toothpaste. Because we need it. I have a little girl. She's 8 years and she's coming into the modern day food. And she is bombarded with sweets. And this is how the world has become now, because the food industry has made it this way. Anything which comes with a barcode label on it is processed or ultra processed, and you don't want it. So how do I prevent this from happening? So every single household needs this, whether you're a man or a woman.
So if somebody wants to begin this journey,
Yes.
are you still on medication?
No, that's the other part I need to do. Because what happens is I was on medication for my prediabetes, which is metformin, and thyroid imbalances, thyroxine, and of course, high blood pressure. I had gestational diabetes, that is diabetes in my pregnancy. I had preeclampsia in my pregnancy, high blood pressure. In fact, I was in the hospital for a good 1 whole month because they had to monitor me. I was in the maternity ward for a month before I gave birth.
Wow.
Yeah, so it is very traumatic. So I've been on medications for also, but I'm absolutely, alhamdulillah, with the grace of God, medication free. And that is the target. That is where you need to be, because every single medicine that you take, a drug, is treating you symptomatically. It is treating that particular problem, but it will give you side effects. That is how I lost my mom, and that is how I lost my dad. And I don't wish this on anybody.
Thank you for sharing that. If somebody wants to go, so just going to backtrack a little bit.
Sure.
So when you said to the GP, I don't want my medication anymore.
No, because I was obese and I was on this medication, we have these reviews every 6 months. So that is how everything went down. And then there was no need for medication.
So they took you off the medication.
Yes.
They must have been shocked, right?
Of course. And this happens all the time with my clients as well. All over the world, it's happening right now as we speak.
Yeah.
People are going off medications. You do need medications for certain things, but it's definitely not recommended for metabolic issues. Obviously, if you're in pain and you're having a surgery, you need to take painkillers. You don't want to suffer.
Yeah.
But no single medication has cured you of diabetes and PCOS, for sure.
Tell us a little bit about the company that makes these.
This is a company called Unicity. They have been there for more than 30 years. They were called as Rexall Pharmacy in the US.
Right.
So for a very long time. And then they rebranded themselves into Unicity. And with the recent explosion in social media, especially late 2015 onwards, it's just exploded all over the world. So the business model that we have is network marketing. So which means that it spreads word of mouth, like through personal stories and experiences. So I'm such a big believer in this, which is why I'm
comes
doing
naturally then. Yeah, because I've seen your social media and you're so passionate about it.
Thank you. Because to be honest, I come from a corporate world. I was a retail banker for years.
Okay.
And then I had to be here. So I qualified myself in IT, and I worked for 12 plus years for major banks in this country. So that is who I am. And then when I started, because this was so powerful and I felt like a completely new person, I felt in control of, because by taking control of your health, you feel control of your life. So I felt like I'm unstoppable. Like, so I knew that there are many more people struggling the same way I used to. So I knew I could help. So I called the guy who I got it from, and asked him, what is this miracle thing? What is this all about? And then we had a brief chat, and then he said, you will be really good at this. You should do it. And then I thought, you should do this as a business. And then I said yes, because I have nothing to lose. When I started, I had no idea what I'm doing, to be really honest. I just went on social media. In fact, my very first video is really funny. I was looking at it yesterday. But my mission, my purpose, and my why is so strong that I had to overcome my own comfort zone. And I've grown so much doing this. I have been forced to look inwards and see so many things, like uncomfortable things. And then I was not even a person who can go on stage and talk to people and stuff. But right now I'm doing that. And I'm completely enjoying this because, yes, I had a great career, made lots of money and all that, ticked a lot of boxes. But now I feel it's purposeful and I'm impacting people, changing lives positively. And especially with my story, with my parents and with my own struggles and I know how it feels not to have a child, the pain. In fact, one of my most viral videos is on that topic. So I want to be there to help do the hand holding, and I know these two products are going to do it for you. It's happening every single day. So that is why I'm doing it.
So would you say social media has really helped your business?
Definitely.
So if there's somebody listening, a top tip, would it be seen on social media?
Be consistent. Never give up, because your first video will be really bad. You can't. Initially I could not even listen to my own voice, but then I just kept going and going and going, and with every day you will improve. And you don't have to be confident and strong to get started. You get confident and strong by actually doing it. Take action. Do not get into analysis paralysis, thinking too much. I have been there and I've done that mistake so many times. So that will just put you in a state of freeze. So the only way to move forward is to take action, even simple steps. Just do something. Especially the things that you fear the most.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So what's your main platform that you're sort of seen on? Is it TikTok?
TikTok,
Instagram?
yes.
TikTok?
I do lives on TikTok. And Instagram, I was not very active initially. But the last 1 year, my Instagram, I have been really concentrating because I've put myself out there. I go to events and I connect with people, and that's mainly happening on Instagram.
Okay.
So I love Instagram also for the story function, which means I feel a lot close to my followers. They get to know what I'm doing. It's more personal.
Yeah.
I love the story function of Instagram. So yeah, both TikTok and Instagram.
Okay. So if somebody wanted to start this journey with you,
sure,
how do they do it? How should they begin?
They just have to drop me a DM. And I would ask them a set of questions like, what is it that they're struggling with? What's their lifestyle? Anything that I need to know. But to be honest, it's the same protocol for every single person. It's not tailored, because you're giving your body the vitamins and minerals and the break it needs for your gut health to be at its best. So whatever it is, your problem, you can get rid of it. Women these days, they have autoimmune disorders because of the stress and your rheumatoid arthritis, for example, a joint pain, fibromyalgia, skin allergies. My skin is completely changed. because you're fixing the root cause.
The gut.
With this PCOS especially, acne is such a big problem, and oiliness, and everything is addressed because you're fixing the root cause very easily. And this is something anybody can do. All you have to do is put it in a bottle, shake it, and have it. Anybody
so
can
what's
do it.
in the fiber drink?
So it's a soluble fiber mix.
Okay.
So it's all plant-based.
Right.
There are no synthetic fillers, additives, preservatives. We have our own factory. It's not outsourced to a third party or something. I've been to the factory. It's in Las Vegas. And we also have it in South Korea. And it's very big in South Korea.
Yeah, I just saw it says made in Korea.
Yeah, they, Koreans, they are into looking good and everything.
Yeah.
This is the one supplement that they trust completely.
So how much is something like this to start?
Yeah, sure. It is through a licensed distributor like me. It is £146 a month.
Okay.
And yeah, that's what it costs.
And you always say do at least 90 days, so at least 3 months?
Definitely 3 months. And I do coaching. I'm always there for you. I don't charge you anything for that because everybody's journey is different. Your starting point is different. So your experience, like let's say a couple start on it. The husband might see results quicker, or the wife might see the results quicker because they're two different people, even though they're the same household. So
yeah.
So both can come to me and ask me questions. I'm always there.
And it's always easier, I guess, doing it as a family.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. And so if we want to start the journey, we message you on TikTok or Instagram.
Yes.
And once we've started, and let's say somebody has a little bit of a blip and they need some support, you're there.
Of course.
So did you actually give up your corporate job and you're only doing this now?
This is all I'm doing, and
wow.
I can't envision myself doing anything. I have, in the beginning, when I didn't know what I was doing and stuff, I did think of going back, but it was never an option because of, number one, the timings, like the school pickups and drops. Like of course, there are people doing it, but I just didn't want to be stressed by it. But there's an option like this. So this has given me time freedom, location freedom, and of course financial freedom. And there is something, because this is a network business and network marketing business model, I have actually researched into different business models, and I can definitely say that this is the best model that you can ask for, especially as a woman or somebody who's doing a lot of things, because if you need to do work and then earn money with everything else. Like you have to bake a cake. You have to turn up for work. You have to put the mehndi. You have to do the hair. Whatever it is that you do, only then you get paid. But here, because I have business partners who work along with me, they're in some other part of the world doing the same thing. And I could be asleep here with my daughter and I'm still making money. Of course, there are other things which do the same for you, like investment in stocks, in cryptos, but they all come with a risk. There is zero risk here. And this is a business that you can start with zero capital.
There's no investment at the beginning.
There's no investment. There is no building. There is nothing. You just talk about your story, and people want that. When I say this, they say, I want to be you, Tanzila. Like, that's what they say, because you inspire people. You give them hope when they're struggling. When you imagine a woman is going through infertility, she comes across my video, say, this is possible. So that is what that is why I started this, and this is what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life.
I love that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So your handles, can you please tell us?
Sure.
TikToks, Instagrams?
Yes, it's Hijabi Health.
Okay.
When I first started this, I branded myself as Feel Great with Tan, because I felt great. I felt absolutely amazing. And what I realized was the more videos I make, the ones which went viral, because of my hijab, I think, I had only Muslim women reach out to me.
Okay.
So I thought, okay, I need to be, as part of the social, I'm sure you're on social media, so, it's like more important that you deliver content to your target audience.
Yes.
So I just rebranded myself as Hijabi Health. So that's my Instagram and TikTok handle.
Okay, brilliant. So if you want to get in touch and start this journey with Tanzila, please do get in touch. Hijabi Health is her handles. And when this episode goes live, we'll be putting all her handles below as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. I've thoroughly loved it.
Thank you.